All right, tomorrow the big game is on. Man United is going to be hosting Arsenal at the Old Trafford Stadium. And this is one of the highly anticipated games, though United is also crippling onto the bottom half of the table, and Arsenal really standing second into the beautiful game of football of the Premier League. This game will always be a very huge game when it comes to Man United facing off the club of Arsenal. If you are old enough like me, you know to it that all that came up after Arsene Wenger came in and went ahead to win some trophies from Sir Alex Ferguson. I think from 1997 to 2004, I think that's when Arsenal last won the Premier League. But United continued to win from 2007, 2008, 2009. Then they went ahead to win again, I think in 2010, 2011, then 2012, 2013. That's when they last won the Premier League. When you ask me which of those two sides are really gonna hit, obviously take long without winning the league, it's none other than Arsenal. But Arsenal come into this game of football when they are placed second in the Premier League, 54 points, and Liverpool is 13 points clear of Arsenal. And one thing that Arsenal fans might even hate is that Liverpool is playing today, and they are playing against Southampton at the Anfield, meaning that if Liverpool win their game of football, they will go 16 points clear off the side of Arsenal, meaning that Arsenal has all what it takes to see to it that all goes on well as planned, to see to it obviously put in a very beautiful shift in there. And when you look at the other club that we talk about in here, it's all about Man City. Man City today, they are playing against Nottingham Forest, meaning that Arsenal would want to see to it that maybe Nottingham beats Man City, because you don't want Nottingham to get close to you. Because you don't want Man City to get close to you. If Man City win, they'll go to 50 points, meaning that they'll be 4 points behind Arsenal, something that Arsenal doesn't want, Then, if Nottingham win, they'll be 3 points behind Arsenal. I think that will be a fair tell for the club of Arsenal into whatever they are doing. So Arsenal have a lot of permutations as they head into this beautiful game of football of Manchester United hosting them at the Old Trafford. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Aid us hit 25,000 subscribers, guys, and we'll be here to obviously jubilate about it. Now, Arsenal last played in the Premier League when they earned a goalless draw against Nottingham Forest away. And United last played in the Premier League when they beat Ipswich by 3-2. Now, then, Man United played in the FA Cup. They got knocked out by a side called Fulham. Then, in the midweek, Arsenal went ahead to play against PSV, and they scored 7 goals against PSV, 7-1. And this has gone ahead to obviously see to it that Arsenal fans are really so much in the mood, thinking they can obviously go to Old Trafford, and they really put 7 past the club of Manchester United. I know nothing in football is not possible, but for this, I tell you, I don't see it happening. It's really going to be a very interesting game. And for the club of Manchester United, they are really that team that went away, that is on Thursday, to play in Spain against Real Sociedad, and they drew 1-1. They are coming to this game of football when United is, I think, are we 15th, right, onto the Premier League table, and Arsenal is second, and the difference between United and Arsenal in position just shows you the gulf in class and quality of the two teams and the players that they really hold. So, let's start it from here. Mikel Arteta hosted a match presser yesterday, and obviously Lewis Skelly is returning after getting a red card. That means he was to miss only one game, and I think that one game was against Nottingham Forest. Then he's returning into this game of football. For that red card, however much is straight, it's always a one-match ban. You remember it very well with William Saliba when they played against Bournemouth. It was a one-match ban, and they're playing against Liverpool. He missed out on that game and returned in the other game. So Lewis Skelly is obviously going to be a variable. But these players are really out. Saka, Martinelli, Tomiyasu, Kai Havertz, Gabriel Jesus, all those 5 players are out of action into this encounter for the club of Arsenal as they really play away at Old Trafford. Now, for Manchester United, obviously, they're really having very many players injured, and the list is really huge because there are players that went ahead, obviously, add themselves onto the list. Harry Maguire is having a knock. Manuel Ugarte is having a knock, and we are waiting to see whether they'll obviously make it into the match squad tomorrow. So, those that are really 100% out, Amadi Diallo, ankle injury, Lisandro Martinez, knee injury, Kobe Mainoo, calf injury, John Evans, back injury, Luke Shaw, hamstring injury, Mason Mount is having a hamstring injury, Atil Beyenda, the injury is unspecific, and Tom Heaton, also his injury is unspecific. And Patrick Dogu is banned because he got a straight red card when United was beating Ipswich by 3-2. But in the midweek, he played against Rio Sociedad, meaning that United doesn't have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 players are really out. And out of the 11, 2 are most expected to return. That is Manuel Ugarte and Harry Maguire. So, Arsenal fans, Aiden Heaven, who was in your club, and I think even this season, he went ahead to obviously play for Arsenal in the Carabao Cup. Then, Chido Obi Martin are really expected to make it to the match squad of Manchester United. And is it a game coming too early for these people? All that into the comment section below. But the last time Arsenal played at Old Trafford, they beat United by 1-0. It was scored by Kai Havertz, courtesy of that ball. I think, who lost the ball? Was it Casemiro? I think Casemiro just played Kai Havertz onside. You understand? But there is someone who lost the ball into the middle. Was it Bruno Fernandes? Who was it in the midfield? I don't remember. By that time, Erik ten Hag was the manager. But Ruben Amorim and Arteta, they've faced twice ever since they came in here. And at the Emirates, he was beaten by 2-0. All those were headers for the club of Arsenal. I think it was Saliba and Julian Timber. Then, in the FA Cup, United knocked out Arsenal. And after knocking them out, obviously, United also got knocked out by Fulham. That is last weekend. So, we are here to wait and see how that pans out. And I think I've gone ahead to give you all the team news. And let's get into the Arsenal probable starting 11 as they take on the side of Man United down at Old Trafford. But in the season of 2022-2023, you know it very well that United beat Arsenal by 3-1. 2023-2024, United lost to Arsenal because of the injuries they really had. But even Arsenal looked weak because with that depleted team of Manchester United, Arsenal only managed to obviously score 1 goal. And United really had some good chances, but they couldn't obviously kill them off. That is it. So, Arsenal formation 4-3-3, and they come in a little bit earlier to face Man United because for them they played on Tuesday and they've rested for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You know, those are 4 days, and United is resting for Friday and Saturday because they've played into the UEFA Europa League. But I've gone ahead to see some people putting or raising that as an excuse for the club of Manchester United obviously come up and obviously lose the game. All Arsenal have an edge over Manchester United, and I'm like, you people are lying because we've seen teams playing on Thursday and obviously coming in through in or on the weekend and beat a team that played on Tuesday or Wednesday. So I tell you, it's all about the game plans and how these players are really ready. But it's really going to be a very huge game because for Arsenal, it means a lot if they win it or lose it into their title charge against Liverpool. In goal, it's going to be David Raya, no doubts about that. He is the first choice goalkeeper for the club of Arsenal. Right back, it's obviously going to be Julian Timber. Benjamin White is back, but I don't think that the manager can obviously trust him to obviously start him in a game like this. Left back, Lewis Skelly returns to play in there after getting a red card. I think they are playing against West Ham. I think he got hold of, was it Muhammad Kudus in there, and he got sent off. So that is Lewis Skelly for you. Then in the central defense, obviously this centre back pairing is obviously unchanged unless otherwise one is injured or really suspended. Saliba on the right side of the three-man central defense. Saliba on the right side of the central defense, and Gabriel Magalhaes onto the left side of the central defense. So that is the back five for the club of Arsenal taking on Manchester United. It's my probable, by the way, but it has like 99.9 chances obviously looking like that. Then Thomas Partey will come into the CDM area to obviously do the needful and patrol all the works of United to obviously come close to the defense of Arsenal, alongside Declan Rice, £100 million player, will obviously do the needful. Then, if you talk about the other player, Martin Odeegard, looked superb in there, 2 goals and 1 assist into that game of the midweek as they beat PSV by 7-1. And I'm seeing that as a charge for the side of Arsenal. You understand, as they jet into this beautiful game, because they lacked Martin Odeegard a lot. You know, in the final third, he has been lacking. You know, sometimes has been trying to obviously create, but he had not obviously gone ahead to be that prime Odeegard like he was in the season of 2022-2023. You understand? And 2023-2024. Martin Odeegard was really good. But he comes to see to it that he puts in a very beautiful shift in there. And I think he can use that as a spark to obviously hold Arsenal, because we're not having Saka, Martinelli, Jesus, Kai Havertz. That means you need one of the senior players, that is Odeegard, to raise up to the occasion. And if Atoli can obviously transfer his form from the Champions League to the Premier League and he starts scoring goals, then I tell you what, he'll obviously be one of those people that will keep Arsenal into the title race. Right forward, Ethan Nwaneri. He looked great into that game when Arsenal was beating PSV. Scored 1 goal and involved into, I think, the 4th goal of the game that was scored by Martin Odeegard at the beginning of the second half. Then left forward, he's obviously gonna be none other than Leandro Trossard. Right? Trossard is that guy that has always gone ahead to put in a very beautiful shift altogether. You understand? And he's an exceptional player. Look at his movement for that goal that Arsenal scores, that for his goal that he scores against PSV, you know, and his composure in that area, 6 yards areas versus the goalkeeper. He's a super natural player, and I know he'll do the needful. And leading the line, obviously the manager has trusted Mikel Merino, who scored a beauty into that game. So that is the probable starting 11 for the club of Arsenal. I don't know what your thoughts are about it, but for me, I believe that that's the starting 11 that Mikel Arteta will obviously do and bring. But I'm not yet convinced with Mikel Merino leading the line, because I believe Arsenal would obviously get in the 22-year-old, Odeegard, you know, all else start Sterling into that position, because I think when he's playing centrally, maybe he can really create something, you know. But that's the manager's choice. But I don't believe that Mikel Merino offers him a lot into that position, though he's scoring for fun. That is it. He is scoring for fun. So from there, we obviously bring you the probable starting 11 for the club of Manchester United, and I'm really getting it off ahead because I'm gonna be doing it next I'm gonna be doing that onto the United Matters channel in the next 1 hour from now. And they're having in goal Onana, back 3, Lenny Yoro, Matthias de Ligt, and Lindelof, according to me. if at all Harry Maguire doesn't return. Then right wing back, it's gonna be Mazraoui. Left wing back is gonna be Dalot. Then in the double pivot, Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes. Unless otherwise Ugarte comes in through. Then we obviously gonna be having Garnacho and Zexi into the two number 10s, and Rasmus Højlund will lead the line. Now, the battles to watch, obviously, are Garnacho taking on Julian Timber, Rasmus Højlund taking on Gabriel Magalhaes and Saliba, though they haven't gone ahead to be good of late. That is it. But I tell you what, it is really important and good to note that it's really going to be a highly contested game in there. Then we obviously bring you another battle. Ethan Nwaneri taking on Dalot, another good battle to obviously anticipate that game of football. But a lot will obviously go down into who obviously utilizes his chances and will obviously come up. Now, let's get to the head-to-head stats before I obviously get you my prediction of this beautiful encounter. And here we go. 1. Manchester United have lost their last 4 Premier League games against Arsenal, their longest losing run against the Gunners in their league history. That is it. So, we've lost 4 Premier League games against Arsenal, Secondly, we've lost our last 4 Premier League games against Arsenal, right? 1 at Old Trafford, 1-0, 2-0 at Emirates this season. Last season, they beat us by, I think, 3-1. The other season of Erik ten Hag, 2022-2023, they beat us by 3-2. So, 4 consecutive losses. We have to do something tomorrow. But even Arsenal also is coming to do something there. Secondly, Arsenal won this exact fixture 1-0 last season. They haven't won consecutive away league games against Man United since February 1979. You've heard it? Well. Thirdly, Arsenal have scored in each of their last 10 Premier League away games against Man United, 13 goals, having only managed to score in 10. Having managed to score in 10 of their last 22 visits to Old Trafford in the competition with 11 goals. Fourthly, Man United have won 99 of their meetings with Arsenal in all competitions, 54 draws, 90 losses. It's the Gunners' most defeats against an opponent, while the Reds have only beaten Aston Villa more, 106 times. So United have always gone ahead to beat Arsenal to the fullest. So we've gone ahead to meet Man United have gone ahead to beat us to beat Arsenal we've won them on 90 occasions. Then lastly, Man United came from behind to beat Ipswich 3-2 last time out. They are yet to win consecutively games this season, with their longest wait for back-to-back league victories since 1968 to 1969. 32 games and 33. So, United is not in the right way to obviously come up and obviously lose this game, but even Arsenal obviously comes in through to put in a very big shift. This time around, I don't see a win going to any of the teams, and my prediction comes in as a draw. 2-2 draw at Old Trafford. That's what I've gone ahead to see, and I believe it's obviously going to be happening in there for you. So I'm waiting for your predictions into the comment section below. Who do you think is obviously going to be taking the day? Is it Man United or Arsenal? All you agree with me, that's obviously going to be a 2-2 draw in there. So Rokani David remains my name. Tell me who you really get out of that probable starting 11 that I've gone ahead to put out, and who do you keep into that team of Arsenal. If you're looking in for the probable starting 11 for the club of Manchester United, and not have to say for the club of Manchester United as far as this game is concerned, obviously find me at the United Matters channel in the next 1 hour from now. We out. Bye bye.